Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine. Yeah, it's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the most is Marky Saint. This is Saint's Addiction. Say hello, Lori. Good morning. Yes, we're here, and this lovely human being that I'm in love with decided to get this little boy some Matchbox. What we didn't see is that he came up with his own pet spider. Show the spider. Where's the spider? Look, the spider gets to crawl on him, and he plays with them. Where's your cars? Cars in the pocket. And this is how we prevent poverty. The reason I'm bringing this up is because his father said he couldn't afford medicine yesterday, so we gave him the last of our pineapple juice. Pineapple's the number one exported product of the Philippines in the world, and he couldn't even afford a pineapple to save his own lungs for vitamin C. We have no idea about object poverty. It's the truth. And it's been the only thing. Oh, it almost looks like it's going to rain above us, babe. There may be some rain today. 85 degrees. But we love this place. You know, it has its charms going through the favelas. I don't know what to call it. Is there favelas for them? I don't know. Yeah, we were walking towards like a dump site, and then all of a sudden it was amazing beauty of pure turquoise water, and everybody's floating around in the catamarans and trying to sell us clear kayaks and bats. I'm gonna talk about Batman. He's over here talking about Spider-Man. Look, he loves us, you know. He's hanging out with us. But that's this morning's motivation, you know, is to prevent poverty. I'm not sure if I have the solution. I think it's still education. But it's got to be a mixture of opportunity. It can't be just one thing. It has to be a multitude of things. There has to be infrastructure in place so that everybody can get to school. And then when you get to school, there's got to be people that are actually educated to educate children so their brains can develop in a way that we never even seen before. And then to give them opportunities that they've never even seen before. The reason I'm saying this is because when I was teaching English, you know, over in Thailand, it was like, there's no way out for these kids. And I told them, learn English. That's your way out. Reason I'm saying that, because every transaction deserves a translator. So anybody that's by a cash register, thanks for the thumbs up. Anybody that can help with tourism, hospitality, you know, hotel admiration. Look, he's checking her out. He's wondering what she's doing. It's so cute. He's been watching her. It's her thing. But Dad said he couldn't afford medicine, so we went and bought him some juice. Look, he's checking her out. It's so fucking cute. Yeah. And for both of us to lose a son, it was a grateful feeling for us to help them. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't adopt after we have our own children. I always wanted 10 children, babe. You know, 10 children, 5 wives, 2 wives apiece, you know, kids around the world. Huh? She didn't like that. She only wants 1 wife. But we can adopt. I would love to have so much money that we could rescue families. When we leave, I want to hand everybody out here. The staff has been so genuine to us, helping us upstairs when she was sick to put breakfast in bed. Thanks for the subscribes. We're almost there to 2,000 subscribes. Yep, and we're still sick, but it's a blessing, you know? It's a blessing to help someone's son. Look, he wants to be close to us. I think he should sit here, but whatever. But that's what it's about. It's about us coming from the world where we can order cheeseburgers at midnight, and the least we can do is tip the guy 150 pesos, because that's only a €2 delivery fee. When we order food in Western culture, it's always like $5, $10, huh? 5 minimum. And for $2, we could give a guy $15 to go stand in line to go get us some cheeseburgers, 4 of them, double cheeseburgers from McDonald's at midnight, to come back, give us honest change, and then to know that that change is what we ate the other day. Our whole meal was only €4 when we ate it. We looked at it. Eating local helps. Yeah. For the travelers that are in poverty too, you know, you might want to convert your diet. You know what I mean? But not everybody's the same. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Look at him, he's so cute. But that's what life's about. Thank you guys for the subscribes. Don't smash that subscribe button. We're almost to 2,000 subscribes. But, this is our lives. We go to all over the world to go see amazing sights. And this time, it's a fourth world experience because you can feel the poverty. And it's hard to watch when the guy says he can't have any medicine and to heal himself or toys for his son. Of course we can buy toys. Anybody can do anything. This is what Travel by Saints is for, to give back to these communities that give us so much, right? We get to go anytime we want, doing whatever we want, choosing what we want to eat, and they're here going like, I can't even have a fresh piece of fruit. Then we asked the ladies, I said, is it true inside here? I said, is it true? What's up, Alamandi? I see you, bro. Oh, he said, wait. He said, wait. I said, is it true you can't even afford the fruit? And they go, ma'am. They go, sir, mom. They always say, sir, mom. Sir, mom, we can't afford the fruit. And I'm like, but you guys make the most pineapples in the world. And he said, yeah, but fruit here is expensive. And then I looked it up. I said, okay, well, what's 30 pesos? And it wasn't even a fucking cent. It was 0.0044. And I'm like, that's not even a half of a tenth of a cent. So I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to fix the world poverty. I think there shouldn't be any billionaires on this planet. The the wealth divide is just growing so rapidly. We got trillionaires on this planet. And you think they would go around like I would go around with Saintsgiving and be like, save that family, give him an education, get them some clothes, and just walk around. Not like handing out dollar bills. This isn't a strip club, but giving people an opportunity to get themselves out of whatever they're into. And matter of fact, when we were out last night, remember we walked past all those people, or we drove past all those people, and I was like, what's going on over there? It was a funeral, remember? And there was maybe like 30 people outside of this small little house. And in their customs, in their traditions, their job is to actually go back and spend time with the family to heal the family. It's a really nice gesture, to say, hey, someone's lost, but here's all this love that is still alive. You felt that. And I told him he should watch the movie Coco, right? The movie Coco. No, he's back. He told us to wait. He's back. Oh, he's gone. But the movie Coco was amazing about Dia de los Muertos because they had the Day of the Dead, right? And, the Day of the Dead, and still having rituals and shrines for people that used to be alive and important to our lives. So it's a great way to honor the dead. I found a really good connection to that movie, and it's also a good way to honor people in real life. I'm just sad. Don't be sad, bro. Smile. Life is short. And we get to live this life up. The sun's shining on us, it's beautiful. We got the fountains, the swimming pool, breakfast, every morning. But there's some people that don't have breakfast every morning. And then it goes to show, if we could, we would. I'm sure we would. I'm sure there's an app out there. That's what I want to do with Saintsgiving, is be like, I can buy someone else a meal. I told you about the angel card, where instead of giving somebody money while they're panhandling outside of a highway, that you can give them a card, just like an EBT card in America, that they can top up. They can get a cold meal and a hot meal, but they can't buy alcohol or anything or candy with it, right? So it's like selected, but it's like an emergency $5. Instead of handing you $5 and maybe you go buy alcohol with it, I hand you the angel card and you can buy something nice with it. That's how I see it. But, everybody's different. But I'm all about giving. It's been given so much to me, not only just love, life, and travel, our health, almost, still sick. But then at least we could take care of ourselves. We could just walk in and go, sure, I'll take some Vicks. I'll take some, I'll take some other things. And it was just that easy. This guy can't even buy fruit to save his own ass. So it's one of these things that we're learning a lot about poverty. We're learning about how hard these girls are working. It's not just making breakfast. They have to sweep. If I didn't see it last night, I wouldn't have believed it, but they sorted all the trash. I didn't tell you that, but her and the guard sorted the trash. So they took all that trash that's on the side and made sure the bottles were separated from the plastics. Ew, you couldn't pay me enough. And they do all the jobs. Because on the other side means not only not no money, but You're not adding anything to the household. So you're a minus household. You're just eating, shitting, and taking electricity. Everybody has to have a job, even if it's a shitty job that they have to get up earlier than us. We're running to 10 o'clock on the dot just to get the breakfast, but they're getting up at 5 a.m., you know? You know what I'm saying? This guy said, please support me. What does that mean? Go to Saintsgiving so the world can support you. That's the plan, you know what I'm saying? You getting on? All right, I'm just making sure. So he's like, do I chill? Am I chilling? Yeah, you are chilling. Like, yeah, coolest life. But that's it, you know? I mean, it comes down to, can we give and give up our time and share our resources? And I think we got plenty. I would love to teach again, you know, every country. Just give it like an hour a day. I had so much fun teaching in Brazil. You don't know this, but we were next to a school when we were in the Amazon, and I taught a day at school. I love teaching. It's a gift I get to give, you know. That my mom taught me how to pronounce and speak English. And there's his cars. There's the cars Babe got him. Look at him. He's got race cars now. Show him off. Look at these Chinese, cheap Chinese, but he loves them, you know. Look at it. Look. Show him. Show it. Vroom, vroom. Yeah. Woo! I didn't know they moved. I just thought they were just Matchbox. Look, and he's just absolutely in love with these things. It's a good gift, man. It's a good gift, but, you know, he wouldn't have been able to afford it. His dad would have had to get the medicine or a piece of fruit instead of him getting a car. It's not cool anymore. But look at him. He loves these little cars. Look. He's parking them in his garage next to his phone. Huh? Future. And that's all you want as a child that's not doing something bad, that loves their lives. He's so innocent. He's got his little spider with him. Who else do you know as a child has a pet spider? He's literally Spider-Man, you know what I mean? What's up, Hannah? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, but this is what it is, you know? It's one of those things where, you know, kids are so cool. They're full of life and energy. They make us smile, you know? When we forget to smile, when we forget our youth, what we were talking about this morning, our imagination. You know, the number one gift ever given to a child is, still to this day, the box that the toy came in. That's right. This guy still loves his toy cars, but imagine a box that can take you as a spaceship. Imagine a box where you're the Navy captain. Imagine a box where all your dreams come out of. And now imagine that you're writing down your goals. Now imagine that you actually have a chance to achieve those goals. Now you're in the first world. Take that piece of paper away. Take the toy away. Now get sick. Now welcome to poverty. And that's what it felt like. It just hurt our hearts to hear his dad say, I'm sick, he's right here, I'm subscribed to you, thank you, bro. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. And his dad can't even get him medicine. We were brokenhearted. We came right down. They were like, oh, sir, mom, you're going to make us cry. And it was just like, this is her. That was her idea. I said, where'd you go, babe? She's like, I went to go get some toys for the boy. I went, what boy? She's like, the boy that's next door to us. And I said, really? She's like, oh, I was so cry. She started crying. I started crying. He makes me want to cry in the morning. And watches his little YouTubes and plays with his little car. Does his Pilates or whatever the hell he's on. Look how much energy he has. I get out of bed and my hip hurts. I'm old. I'm 45, going on 46 here. Almost the end of February, by the way. That almost means your first quarter is already over in the new year. It happened pretty fast. And that's almost our 2-year anniversary, babe. I mean, 2 months. Whoops. Freudial slip. But, yeah. 2-month anniversary, babe. Uh-huh. Yeah. First date always, right? But this is my mind. It's an overdrive of like preventing poverty and how do we help these children. And look at he's looking at us, looking at him. You know, how do we help these kids? Is it more than just toys? Maybe it's the medicine that they need. And then I get back to that same story. It hit me so hard. Well, I told you in Brazil, the guy had stole someone's phone, and my taxi driver, who I was spending $50 with to take me around Rio de Janeiro. You gotta say it right. It's a hiver, not a river. But when he was taking me out, oh, there goes a bird too. Someone had stolen something, and the guy, oh, there's birds above me. Yeah. Go ahead. And the birds were coming around. I think they almost got the little beautiful baby blue butterfly, but I was like, babe, you see that? And then the bird just swooped and snapped up something beautiful. You're like, okay, it's still nature. And is it natural that some of us make it and some of us don't? This is how racism and prejudice bred for forever. And someone always said something to the effect of um, survival of the fittest. And they hid behind this since the 18th century, 17th century. No, 18th century, because Darwin didn't come out to the 18th century, but he came up with this survival of the fittest. And that's not what he said. What he said is those that can adapt survive. Yeah, adaption. And you can adapt to any situation if your mind wants to put it together and say, okay, that's why I tell you all the time, put me on the corner anywhere, Berlin, Beijing, Barcelona, I'll figure it out. And that's just who I am. But I know how to adapt. I have the ability to move my mind and my spirit. And if you're broken inside, then you truly have poverty. That's what I believe. So it's almost like a perspective of not just I'm poor, which we hear all the time. It seems to be the word. And I'm sick still. I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor. Guess what? You are what you think, right? It's a poor mentality. But I don't want to say, oh, it's just object poverty, that they just don't have any way out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in situations that we can't see, there's not an easy way out if you don't have a lot of uplinks, a lot of opportunities, a lot of situations that make you happy. I know where he's going. He's taking his cars with him.
Go to school,
No, he's too small for school.
yeah, that's good. He's gotta go.
There he goes. How cool is that? I hope he can. I don't know. I'm gonna go swim, and the ability that I get to go swim is amazing to me. You know, we live in the spot where we were kind of living in a shitty spot before. Now we live in our own protected area with, you know,
First time we ever.
bamboo and trees and fountains and, you know, all these things, Wi-Fi, you know what I mean? So how are we going to help these kids, you know? Is it donations, you know? I think it's the transfer of donations. It's the not going through the United Way or the Red Cross or someone else where a corporate guy for CEO can make $4 million a year. None of the money goes to the kids. We all know this problem. Or that we directly give an app that would say, hey, I choose that kid to give him $5 today so he can go get some school supplies and a meal. You would do that easily because we all would. You know, it's nothing to us, but it's everything to them. And that's when it started to transfer. I was telling you about that when we were looking at, I didn't come up with the word yesterday, but it was Bangladesh. Bangladesh, these guys are literally, there's still legal slavery going on in the 21st century. It's 2026 and people are still working hard labor for $5 a week. I was shocked. And they're living in shitty conditions in bunk beds, shitty shitters, nobody there to support them. And I was like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, hell no, bro. That's not the way it's supposed to go. What's up, bro? He came back. And that's what friends are for. That song was on this morning, you know? How can we help these guys, you know? I'm open to suggestions. My idea is to start Saintsgiving. I own the domain name. Make it a 501(c) so that way whatever you donate, you get a tax write-off too. And then you can directly give to someone like this kid right here. Look how cool. He was showing off. No, he's doing it for the subscribers, you know? Yeah. You don't have to flex on Instagram, bro. You're already cool, you know? But it's true. Poverty everywhere we went past how many people into the hallways. Where'd Mr. Frogman go? Yeah, you know, they're doing their laundry out in the streets with the roosters next to them. Weird electricity everywhere, you know. There's always some kind of, this looks all right here, but their electricity, we actually had a duct underneath, you know what I mean? And then we found a path straight to the ocean and it was beautiful, right? So their resource is their tourism, but, you know, like we found out, it wasn't their professionalism. You know, no one's training them how to talk to people. You know, how to be on time, how not to be corrupt and take bribes, right? That's a big thing in this country is the bribery, you know? It comes from the top down. And if you try to do trickle down economics, everybody knows it didn't work for Ronald Reagan and it doesn't work for us, you know? It never trickles down. It never makes it, dude. It never makes it. You want to get it to this kid like we just gave to this kid? How do we reach him? How could I reach that Bangladesh guy? I was like, I'll send him $10, man. Take 2 weeks off on me. You know what I mean? Guess what? Go spend time with your family. Go take a rest. And I knew I'd never meet that guy. I don't know anybody from Bangladesh, you know? But if we knew, if we had their story, if we knew something was going on, we would help, you know? And I think that's the first part. It's just information. You know, once you get to see it with your own eyes and observation and see, okay, this kid's got no shoes, no shirt, and he's got the toys we gave him. How do we get him more? How do we get him an education? What if he wants to go to a different country? Most of these people can't even go to a different country. You know what I mean? They don't. They have nowhere to go. Yeah. So I know you want to help. It's human to help. You know, it's the quintessential thing is hope. And that's what we should be giving them, hope and help, you know? And if we can do that in an organized way, right? You know, look at him go. He's Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. He literally playing with the spider. I told Babe, like, look, that's what kids do, bro. They're not afraid of spiders and snakes. We teach them that fear. And so we shouldn't be teaching them fear. We should be teaching them hope. That there's an opportunity, that there are people that care, that we're not just a bunch of selfish assholes from the Western world that just can't wait to get another latte from Starbucks, right? How about every time you buy a coffee, why isn't Starbucks donating to some kids? They donate the food. When you have a 501c, guess what they do? They're like, oh, it's a tax write-off. All that good food that you spend $10, $15 for, a salad in an airport, oh my God, $20 salads? Yeah. Guess what? We don't have to do that anymore. We can do partial donations. That's why I thought the food sharing part of the app was going to be so tremendous. That's what really struck me with Saintsgiving was like, I don't finish all my food. And I didn't touch half that burrito. Instead of throwing it in the trash, there's got to be a hungry mouth near me. And that's what the app is for. That's what apps are for. App in a sec. You know, from in a sec. We're going to make the first app being Saintsgiving so we can donate not just money, but maybe our time, you know? I would love to go teach some English classes or maybe go help out at a community event or, you know, look, we got push-ups going on, babe. We got reverse push-ups going on, babe. Pacquiao. Yeah. You know, it's so cool. And don't you want to help? Hey, that's what friends are for, you know? And that's what it is. It's about giving, you know, of yourself, of your time. The quality of life can rise so much more. I do the plastic pocket challenge. If everybody grabs just a pocket full of plastic on their way through the beach would be pristine. But no, everybody's above it. That's someone else's job. But you have to see it too. And you can't be blind. You have to be blind or soulless to not see that there's a lot of poverty in the Philippines and kids on the street. Little boy I saw maybe 10 years old sleeping on cardboard. I just wanted to like lift him up. Come on, man, let's take a shower. I also saw a mobile toilet while you were in the 7-Eleven for 15 minutes because she always likes to get 15 things. Guess what we saw? Yeah, the workouts, man. That's what we saw. I saw everybody trying to do the best that they can. Kids boxing in the street. Remember that? Remember the kids were boxing? The kids were training. Yeah, they were. It's right on the street. They got dreams, you know? And people are jogging. They're making the best of what they got. Most of them smiling, you know, and happiness can be found. But, man, we got to give them a chance, bro. We got to give them a hand. And that's all it's about. It's about giving back. And that's why I call it Saintsgiving, because everybody has the opportunity to give back, you know? And that's all I want to do. Go ahead. Yeah, look, he's doing the jumps. He's doing the jumps. Yep. And I feel the same way about Sai when she's in Thailand. Her whole knees and elbows are covered in scrapes because she plays on asphalt. She doesn't have a green field to play in. She should have gymnastics, but there's no mats. She loves bending over. You saw it, babe. She can touch her head to her feet. She's like, here, watch me. I'll do a cartwheel. I can do the splits. Where? On the concrete? You know what I mean? Like, she needs mats, she needs education, she needs probably some Muay Thai, maybe some Jiu-Jitsu. She loves the boxing part, doesn't she? She loves her
She's
kicks
great.
and punches. She just needs the opportunity to be a full human being. And that's all we're asking is decency, that we all share an opportunity with these people, give back. I told her when I go to Brazil, I always bring coloring books. I brought my old laptops, old cameras, whatever the fuck I'm not using. How many electronics you have in that drawer of yours that you're just like, I'm not using any of this shit, right? And you're probably gonna throw it away or donate it anyway. Why not donate it to them? Direct donations directly to poverty, and skip the corporate line and just give what they need. They can post, hey, I need medicine. They can post, hey, I need funeral money. Hey, I need my electric bill. I'm a single mom. I got 3 kids. I got a $300 electric bill. Well, if you gave $3 and 100 people gave $3, I don't have $300 just to give to one person. Hell, if I have to give $1 to everybody in Manila that was poor, it would have cost me $50,000 by now. It's that bad. So it's more than just $1. It's more than the opportunity. Like, he's speaking spell. Okay, bye. See ya. Well, should we take his cars? Huh? There's Dad. We got cars. We got cars. And Babe got him the cool cars, you know? I'm not sure if I like this one saying the word crack on it. Yeah. Or how about the one that says music? I prefer music way better. And the last car says moving. That's right. Moving. Oh! Oh! Oh, look who it is. All right. Like, he's collecting them. These are his. They're yours. My bad, bro. My bad. My bad. He's like, those are mine. That's amazing. These children are amazing, and they need a chance, and that's all we got to do is just donate $1 a day, or, you know, part of our Starbucks, or, I don't know, some part of sharing our food. That was where Saintsgiving came from. So it's like, man, we have big portions in America, babe. And that's like huge burritos. Here's my Belgian burrito when she wakes up. Frozen burrito. Yeah, stiff. You know, the back of the frozen burrito, you know? And why can't we give a portion of that, you know? Mexican food can't be heated up, and that's where my idea came from. I'm like, these nachos have about 30 minutes of life. If we had it on a timer, if we knew that that food was still good, like they do in Saudi Arabia, you know, I've heard that they leave the sliding refrigerators so that you can leave the family leftovers for someone to eat. So all you have to do is open it up and eat it. And it'd be nice to know who made it and what time they made it and what time they donated it. Then you know it's still healthy. Then why would you waste it? So a third of our food is wasted in America. A third of our food, 33%, is thrown away in the trash. What if we cut that down to 3%? Ooh. Yeah, we don't need any more food. We're making more food than the world can ever take. We need more, what's the word I want to look for? What? We need more. What you got? He's on YouTube. He's looking for himself. Yeah, on YouTube. You're on live, right, bro? You're on live. You're on my live. And, you know, we need more avenues. That's what I wanted to say. More avenues for us to say, here's how we can give, right? Maybe it's our time. Maybe it's our cash. Maybe it's our old goods. Maybe it's our food. You never know, you know? And this is why I'm trying to say that there's so much out there that can be given, that we all have extra of in Western society. Us flying around the world, making love and going where we want to go, to versus this little kid who just got these Matchbox and has a pet spider, you know what I'm saying? With no shoes and no shirt. So, yeah, we got plenty of clothes that could be donated. When we were feeding the homeless, I told you, everything on that table disappeared. It doesn't matter how many clothes it was. Baby clothes, women's clothes, kids' clothes, all of it gone. Food, most of the time, was all the way gone. And then, I forgot the most important, toiletries, you know, the tampons, the medicines, the Band-Aids, everything that we have extra of in our cabinets can be given from our hearts from the start. Your boy Marquis Saints Addiction, peace and love, real love. And as always, Shigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world. Because that's where we'll be. Peace. Are you going to say bye, YouTube? Bye, YouTube. Yeah. And I love you. I hope you guys have a blessed morning. Be safe out there and help somebody today. You know what I mean? We all got something that we can give. And we should. Peace.
You want to make a
He's so cute.
contest?
He's so cute. I love how he came up and claimed them too. He's like, these are my toys. What the hell are you thinking? Y'all trying to take my toys back? Man.
All kids love cows, no?
Yes. You're too cute. Bye. Okay, he said bye. Time to go. See you after you subscribe. He said bye.